Vanakkam, this is Padma Priya. I am so happy to thank each and every one of you who had subscribed my channel Sanatan Classical Academy, who had liked my videos and had commented so positively. An extended note of gratitude for those who are watching this video right now. Today's video is all about anxiety and depression causes, we as a society and a family, what we could do to help their lives. Basically, this video I felt an urge as a teacher mm, dealing with so many wonderful young children, and it blooms my life, and whatever I am is because of them. To help them better, I wanted to make this video on this particular subject because the world itself is isolated and people are making their life very difficult because of the prevailing situation, both economically and mentally. We are stressed out. So let's dive into the pool. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is something that a feel we actually experience on a daily basis on a very big day. For instance, we are prepared for our interview. Even though we are prepared well, we have this state of restlessness. And if it is your exam day, there is no question. We build up this anxiety very easily. And if it's going to be a result day, or if you're going to attend a competition, or we are going to be on a spotlight where we have this on stage performances, we feel that butterflies just flying around us from the stomach, and there is anxiety which is built up because of that fear. But that is very good as of now, because at this level, because we release this fear out, and it makes us very calm and face the reality. But when this feeling becomes as anxiety disorder is when where these people experiences failures over and over, rejections over and over, and been bullied, and it creates a sense of insecurity and fear of doing or attempting anything. So this fear can be overcome only through a strong mind and a strong relationship we build up around. So anxiety, the causes could be a family background, health condition, any stressful events that had happened, on and on, building up this fear and inferiority complex in them. So that makes them even more anxious towards approaching anything, and that moment would be very terrific for them to handle. And more than this, if they are very perfectionist, and they cannot be satisfied at all, so the anxiety will be at the peak because the outcomes will not be as they expect, and this will create stressful situations in them, worrying about the outcomes, and the fear will be just over and over whenever they try to attempt new things. And so the personality trait plays a big role as well. These things are just causes of anxiety. When it comes to depression, it is just over a period of sadness. It could be like over 2 weeks, a month or so, when it just keeps accumulating, where they had been feeling the same thing, like rejections, failures, loss of relationships, and bullied around by the society. It could be anything that we hate someone. That is a very bad feeling, that they build up this state of worrying about the past, and they keep circling their thoughts over and over and try to live in that moment. So both the anxiety and the depressed people will be living in their own moment, not right at this present moment, which is, we call it as gift. Anxiety, a fear for the future, and depression is something they revolve around the past, and both of that feeling is not a very good thing to be carried on a long run. And that is why we are gifted and we are blessed with everything, and we have to pay gratitude for that. So when it comes to society, as a society, what we could do with this depression and anxiety? Well, I have no idea like how many of you had experienced a person just a few yards away you, or a very close knit of your relationship, suffering from a panic attack or anxiety attack. No pill or no medication can instantly make them move from that particular situation. Heart palpitates, they keep sweating. It's like a cardiac arrest, but it is not. The heart palpitates and they get restlessness building up over and over for that particular moment, and they will get a disconnection from the situations around, and also they will have no connection between their body and mind. It's a state of reaching a death time and coming back. And for them to come back, it will take maybe hours to week to days. And it is not as easy I describe, because undergoing it is hectic and embarrassing around public or in any social places. So this is not a small thing for us to ignore. Just as a physical illness, we have to consider the mental illness to be treated in a way that is very respectful for them. For instance, if someone has met with an accident, maybe, okay, and they had injured their leg, and would you ask them to come out? Don't feel that you cannot walk, just right away. That's foolish, right? You won't say that. We won't do that because we knew that is not going to happen right away. Same way, when a person is depressed or he or she is in anxiety disorder, they cannot come out of it right away. You have to build up faith. You have to be patient enough to handle them, because all they lack is self-love, and the essence of love itself is nowhere in their life. Especially for the depressed person, the more of rejections they had been experienced has pushed them to the corner that they don't want love anymore, no happiness anymore. They'll be keep revolving around one thought: why I need to sense this feeling of being loved and being in a happy mode. So it is pointless for you to say that it is life you have to enjoy. No, you cannot say that. Be with them. Don't let them be alone and ignore them. So as a society, I want everyone to not judge any one of the person you meet up. It could be a stranger. It doesn't mean that they have an anxiety disorder or they have a depression. But who knows who is having or who is holding what in their mind and with their physical body. So it's better to not judge them. Not judging is not a very easy thing, but the more you practice to stand in others' perception and see what their life is all about, you would know that it is not an easy thing for them to handle their life, and we have to be there to support them. So stop judging. As a family, please don't resist their behaviors. Let them just let out everything before you so they would be released. And you be patient and don't throw words on them that they are not fit, they are not worthy, because that is already the thing they are worrying about, and you keep uttering those words will not help anything but making them even move towards the darker side of their life. So, as a family, I want everyone to really understand their pain. We are not very much aware about what the mental ailment is all about. We only say that we are mental, but it is not that state of mental, it is the state of having no love or lack of love. And you have to build up that faith and love in them to create a wonderful life for them. So, for instance, if it is going to be your child who is more fear of examinations, you could have sensed that your daughter or a son had been undergoing so many tests and preparations before the examinations, and on that particular day on the exam, boom, everything is gone, they are blank. And it is not just for one exam or one term, and you could just see that it has been repeating over and over. They have a problem. So don't say that you have a problem, rather make them to undergo that over and over for them to accept it, and they don't feel embarrassed handling that situation. And let that be in a very calm and a polite way. You keep conducting tests. A surprise test from you, like the known people, will not harm them in any way, because they will have that faith, and there is a feeling of security between the relationships, and it is perfectly fine for them to make mistakes and you would not judge them. So that is one of the things you will have to build up. This is the smallest thing, a suggestion I'm doing. It is not the exact way, because we have wonderful people, stalwarts and legends and scholars who could really work on those criteria with children and young adults. So whoever is suffering from it, as a family member, embrace them, love them, no matter how hard they hurt. just have that feeling of triggering from their past, like how they were with you, what they had contributed in your life to make your life beautiful. If you remember those moments and be grateful for that, you will never ever judge them and resist them and their behaviors. Rather, you would be very supportive. And one request for all the parents or any dear one, stop making them to live your life. Let them have their own choices. Guide them. They only need a listening ear, not a decision making mind from you, because that is their job to do, and they would have to experience all the slips, ups and downs in their life. Be with them and guide them. Don't get into their world and make decisions for them. That's not going to help them in the future for them. So, this is just a humble request to the parents. And if you are someone who is suffering from this ailment, I know what life is all about in being in such a state. And this channel was actually started to help people to come out of those grief, hard emotions which cannot be let out. And you can always discuss if you feel free in the comment box. And it is, I'm not an expert with everything, but those people who are watching this could be one of the expert in it, and they could provide you some guidelines to help you better to live your life in a very wonderful way. No person is a bad person, and no one deserves to be in the darker side of their life. Everyone needs love, and everyone needs care, faith, trust in their life to lead a wonderful and a beautiful life. As always, I bless everyone with abundance of love, health, wealth, peace in your life, because at this juncture of our life situation, I know we need all of us together. And please feel free to help them, and stop being very judging even in the comment box. Let them have their own views and ideas if they need to. Thank you all for your love and support and your patience to hear this video, because this is just an awareness video I really wanted to create. And there are more videos to likely to come with regards to manifestations, self-love, forgiveness video, which is more needed for those who are in depression and anxiety, or in the general public, for us to overcome our grief which we are holding for a prolonged period of time. So all these are on the way. Please wait and watch. Thank you, thank you, thank you.